Today we're going to be talking about a very sensitive subject. I'm going to be announcing the a break from posting in the channel, and I'm also going to be taking a break from my release date from the novel. I didn't even have a release yet. I was just still actively working on it. I have been actively working on this novel for a very long time. But amid everything that's been going on, because this week has just been super crazy, guys. I think that the world is letting us know that we need to take a break. Talk about the tragedy from last Monday at the Dominican Republic at the Jet Set Club. Rest in peace, and I'm offering my thoughts and condolences to everybody that lost somebody there. From there, to the tragedy also that occurred in Manhattan. I believe it was yesterday, from the helicopter that crashed. There are a lot of things. Now, we also have on the other end the trading war between Trump and China. Now we are at apparently 145% with Trump, and China just raised it overnight to 125%. What is going on? You know, we're not supposed to be acting like children here. Sometimes we just have to move on from the past and work on the present. And that is my opinion. I was just having a talk with Tara yesterday. I was like, Tara, what is going on? What is your opinion on this? She was like, I know it's crazy, there's like so many things happening. And, she mentioned about, all these airplane crashes happening from the beginning of the year, and all these crash, excuse me. It's just a lot. And I don't know if you guys, for those of you who watch my videos sometimes, yes, I think, yeah, 2 days ago, I was talking about how this is going to change the world of surrogacy. I am in the field. I'm also an experienced surrogate, and I just had this feeling that a lot of these intended parents are going to have to take breaks and put a halt. And they might not actually tell themselves, hey, I have to put a halt because I'm going to be going through financial hurdles due to the stock market crash, because maybe I swing traded and I found my way on the bottom. They might tell you, hey, I'm gonna have to put a halt on it because of these or that reason. But in reality, you guys, we are facing uncertainty in the future. I already saw a few things out there that I am not going to get into detail, but we're all facing uncertainty. We're all going to be facing uncertainty, and this is going to affect a huge amount in the population. And now with this trading war, I believe, our tourism is going to be affected too. And when the tourism gets affected, you know what that means, right? We may start seeing um, layoffs. You may be seeing people, having worked, for example, at Walt Disney or these other big theme parks or these big companies, and then all of a sudden a whole bunch of them have to get laid off. You guys remember everything that we went through post. COVID and during COVID. So there's going to be a lot happening. There's going to be a lot happening. And with this video, I just wanted to briefly say that I am going to take a pause because I even just, just me, myself, I found out that I wasn't going to be able to embark on a big project that I was going to be working on this year. Everybody's been getting bad news. So I'm going to take a pause to reflect on things, to get things together, because I have a lot of responsibilities too, as a mom. And I'm going to take a pause also on working on marketing the book, like I mentioned earlier. There are so unknowns right now with everything that's going on, and I really hope and wish that this trading war is over. I do not think that just keep going up is going to help anything. I think that between Trump and China's president, it's more about their ego. I am not going to get into what they did. What Trump did was was a marketplace, or like a trading move, to like make everybody crash, so that the billionaires could like buy low, you know and the game starts all over. I'm not even going to get into that. We're going to I'm really wanting to get into what actually we're going to be facing, because it's going to get serious. The world is going to feel it, and I have already started feeling it. A lot of people have, undeniably. But before I go, I want to just drop this message right here, which is something that I like to talk about. I try to talk about this everywhere I go. Please, let's try to do better. Let's try, and in general, let's try not to label others with whatever superficial piece of information you have. Look at people for the way that they treat you, for the things that they are able to do for you, for how they want to go out of their way for you. If you don't want to be judged, don't jump the gun too fast and judge people too fast. Let's try to encourage also now, moving on from that. Let's try to encourage others to stop the political hatred, because when we get extremely political, when we do that as Americans, we lose a lot of trust and credibility when dealing with other countries. That's a completely different thing. Let's just try to do better with that. Um, and let's just embrace for what's going to happen, because I already know that things are not going to be easy here in the United States. Things are going to be tough. I'm looking that way because I'm watching NBC News this morning. This week has been crazy enough, like I said, with the everything that happened at the Dominican Republic, with the tragedy at the club, and then the helicopter crash, and now this, and people losing jobs and people losing opportunities. A lot of that has happened this week. Some of it, was out of their control. Some of it was under control due to impulsivity. But I just want to leave this by saying, let's try to do better. Keep those who are there for you the closest as you can to you, because what's coming, it's not going to be easy. And I want to say, please forgive me that it's going to be a while until I am posting again. I have to take a break. I explained at the beginning of the video why. If you want to go ahead and watch the replay later on, I want to tell you I do appreciate so much that you have been coming here, liking my post, subscribing. And I hope that when I come back, things in the world, had just gotten a tiny little bit better. I know we will never expect anything perfect, but we all need to work on things. Thank you so much for being here with me today, guys. Bye.